In November next year, the Philippines will host the 2015 APEC Summit, an event that will have the whole world looking to see whether the Philippines can successfully repeat the staging of the last summit held here in 1996. Although there are serious questions about the state of the Philippine public infrastructure system, the local hotel industry says they are more than ready for the influx of visitors next year. In this episode, we take a look at how hotels in the country's two central business districts are wrapping up preparations of their own with brand new concepts and newly refurbished properties. So join us. I'm David Celdran, and this is Executive Class. When the 21 heads of state of the APEC member countries converge in Manila for the summit next year, this is what will greet them. A modern city skyline, emblematic of one of the fastest growing economies in the region. Global economic events hosted by the Philippine government have always been venues to showcase the country's progress. In 1996, the APEC summit helped counter images of widespread poverty and political turmoil. In the 1970s, the Marcos regime did the same. It used the IMF World Bank Conference in Manila to promote the country, and Manila as a modern gateway to its progressive economy. The government-funded building boom that preceded it gave Manila its most iconic structures and its first wave of luxury hotels. With so many new luxury and business hotels rising in the city, the older generation of properties have no intention of being left behind or forgotten. In fact, properties like the Edsa Shangri-La are investing heavily in new infrastructure and novel features to be sure they continue to grow their share of the market. Open in time for the 1996 APEC Summit, the Edsa Shangri-La is still the grand dame of Ortigas hotels, despite its age. A hotel property that integrates an outdoor pool, 632 rooms, ballrooms, standalone restaurants, even a separate building for a spa in the middle of a central business district is a rarity today. And Shangri-La was lucky to have built it at a time when land in Ortigas was available. Today, the sprawling resort-like vibe is its distinguishing quality, and its elegant lobby still among the most popular in the city. Expansive lobbies are an indispensable part of the Shangri-La brand, and the Edsa property recently unveiled its refurbished lobby featuring new furniture, carpeting, and crystal chandeliers. Even the afternoon tea service has been refreshed. Thank you. The afternoon high tea tradition can be traced all the way to England, but here at the Edsa Shangri-La, the tea service is heavily inspired by their Oriental heritage. In fact, it's a celebration of Asian culture and Asian cuisine, and of course, the Oriental brand of service that guests from all over the world appreciate the Shangri-La hotels for. At least I know that's why I come here. The lobby lounge is breaking new ground with a rotating tea service menu in tune with key holidays and ingredients that are in season. It's one of the many features of the hotel that's constantly evolving and improving. One of the longest and costliest improvements, however, were made refurbishing the tower wing. If you still remember what the rooms and suites looked like before the tower wing was refurbished, you'll hardly recognize anything. It's like walking into a brand new hotel. And in 2014, all rooms are finally done. All rooms and suites in the tower wing have been refurbished completely. The result of the 2-year process is rooms with a more open and modern feel. Traditional Filipino materials complement the contemporary interiors and help keep the room feeling natural and local. The poolside has also undergone reconstruction. The swimming pool, the water slide, the bar, all have been redesigned to provide guests with something new to look forward to. Not everything has to be new in a hotel for it to attract attention, not especially if it's already a classic. What I'm talking about is what is arguably the best Chinese restaurant in the Philippines. And if you don't believe me, just ask the tycoons that come to the Summer Palace for their favorite Chinese dishes. From Paris to Manila, all Shangri-La hotels take pride in their Chinese restaurants. The Summer Palace, insiders say, is among the best there is. I'm told about 90% of the VIP clients of Summer Palace order off the menu. In other words, they rely on the intensive knowledge and extensive experience of the staff to put together and customize the perfect Chinese meal. And one lady in particular, the wonderful Nancy Farm. Nancy, thanks for having us here.
Hello, David.
So what have you prepared for us?
I have specially prepared the executive class dinner for you.
Wow, really? A customized menu is not unusual for Nancy. She says she can tell what a client wants simply by looking at him. I must have looked really hungry because she prepared 12 dishes just for me. This is just the appetizer, and as you can see, it's really special. In fact, you won't find some of it on the menu. So, if you can't find it on the menu, then how do you order it? Well, basically, you don't. It's Nancy who anticipates what you want. I love the system here. There are too many dishes to describe, but here are my favorites. A double-boiled clear soup of bamboo pith with fresh scallop and asparagus. Divine. Peking duck that's anything but the soggy, oily variety served elsewhere. This one is roasted perfectly. Crispy skin that complements the succulent meat of the sucking pig. There's more on the menu that's just as gorgeous to look at as it is to eat. In Chinese culture, the last main course is usually reserved for the heaviest dish. Usually it's rice or noodles like this one. The thinking being that it's an embarrassment for the host to have guests leave the dinner still hungry. Well, it's nothing embarrassing for sure about this dish. Normally I'd end here, but not yet. Not with fried lobster with noodles that taste this good. Capped with unbelievably light deep-fried sesame balls with red bean paste, it's an altogether unforgettable meal that leaves you satisfied and feeling specially privileged. Ultimately, this is what business travelers are looking for. Hotels that have perfected the art of hospitality. Service that's personal, but not obtrusive. Amenities that are special, but not superfluous or wasteful. And above all, space that's private, but welcoming at the same time. And that's all for this episode of Executive Class. I'm David Celdran. Thanks for watching.